to Random Number Generation, the show on GDQ Hotfix about randomizers and the runners behind them. I'm Skybilz, your host, and this is episode 92, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga Rando with Alta Biscuit. Coming up, though, first we still have a few announcements on behalf of Games Done Quick, and then we will dive right into our run. GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Frost Fatale, is coming up March 3rd through the 10th. The schedule is now out. Use !FF in Twitch chat to learn more. Remote volunteer submissions are open January 23rd through the 28th. And Unapologetically Black and Fast will also be live Sorry, I don't know why that says January, I'm sorry. It should be February 17th and 18th. Come celebrate by watching a weekend full of speedruns and black joy. Use !UBAF in Twitch chat for more information. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns daily, consider subscribing to the channel. And with that being said, Alta, it is wonderful to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I think we got a good treat for y'all tonight.
Yes, so really quickly here before we dive into the run, Alta, you had messaged me a few weeks ago saying that there have been many innovations made to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I don't want to delay the run any further, but what is like the one thing that caused you to prompt me for that message, besides just wanting to be here and share this awesome randomizer?
Well, I initially helped test this in the alpha phase, and I hadn't really kept up with it since then, and, you know, when it started getting Archipelago support, that's when I dived back in. It's really come a long way since then. It's a really good randomizer now.
All right, so let us get into this run. Alta has a lot to say while we run through Spear Zero. And again, we're going to try to help out with some of that randomizer lingo and jargon as we go. But why don't we get started here? Alta, feel free to count down and let's get this started.
All right, sounds good. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, have fun.
Alright, so instead of going through the intro right away, it skips it, and we have 4 overworld warp pipes available. These are ones that you don't need any items to grab, so they're just there for convenience sake. It reduces a lot of the backtracking in the early game. And as far as your Sphere Zero checks, there are really 2 directions you can go. You can do the... Ooh, okay. Well, I got hammers. We'll get into that in a second. But your 2 options are either going to be go do the intro areas, Stardust Field, Suhu Mountain. But the other option you have is to do what Fortune Favoring the Bold does and go to Woohoo University, which is what I'm doing. This area is normally locked off, but to give more options at the start of the run, it's opened up at the start. It doesn't really open up a whole lot, but it gives a low percentage chance to get something cool along the way, which I found my first hammer already in the very first block, so that's a good thing. If you've played this game before, you'll know that there are 3 hammer upgrades. They are progressive hammers, so it doesn't matter what order you find them in. Your first hammer will always be a regular hammer, your second one will always be a super hammer, and ultra hammer for your third one. That other item I just found, I'm surprised it's showing up this early, but was a neon egg. So Sky, I got a question for you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you enjoy cursed meme checks in Randomizer?
Oh, yeah, I live for them, especially on this show. But I gotta warn you, this show has been pretty cursed overall, and I know you said that this seed in particular might be a bit spicy in points. So I'm gonna ask, why are you asking that? I'm kind of afraid.
So, if you've played this game before, there is a main quest that requires getting all 7 of the neon eggs, and that is in the randomizer as well, and If you get exactly all 7 neon eggs, you are rewarded with a singular check. That's it.
Oh, Alta, no! Why are you doing that? That's a bad idea.
I excluded some of the long and annoying checks out of the seed for the sake of time, but that one just was too good to pass up. So we found our first of 7.
Oh, goodness.
So we'll see what happens here.
Now, I don't know this game as well as I know most 2D Mario games, but I have to know, that said it was, did that say Super Nut?
It did, in fact, say Super Nut. There are 4 kinds of nuts.
Really? Now, how did that come about? Usually when we think of Mario, we think of mushrooms and flowers and stars. Why nuts here?
Well, they heal both Mario and Luigi instead of a mushroom, which is just healing one of them. So they're pretty nice to have.
Oh, there we go.
And plus, they make for some funny comments.
Of course, no, I totally understand that. Yo, we have friend and gamer Tudos in chat. Yo, Tudos, what's up?
So anyway, as far as what gets shuffled into the pool here, you'll notice that I have found quite a bit of beans already, like this chuckle bean right here. That's because every dig spot in the game, including the hidden ones, has been shuffled into the pool. So this adds a lot of junk. So there's going to be a lot of beans. It's just going to be beans all the way down.
What is with this game and legumes? There's so many legumes in this game. I don't recall legumes.
There are going to be a lot.
Legumes are part of Mario canon? What's going on here?
They sure are. Oh, and I found my first chuckle of fruit. In the vanilla game, you need to find all 3 of them in Chucklehuck Woods to open up access to the boss there. It also opens up quite a few story triggers along the way. A lot of the progression in the randomizer is locked behind story progression, so a lot of the key items that we find along the way are going to help us along the way in that fashion. So, speaking of hammers, if you've played this game before, you probably know that there are overworld hammer abilities that you can use, but if I try to use it now, I can't use them yet. If you'll recall in the tutorials, there are items that you retrieve to basically show that you know what you're doing with these items. And those are the red and green goblets and the red and green pearl beans, and those just unlock the respective overworld abilities. Another item I picked up along the way is Peach's extra dress. That is an item that I will need to beat the game. If you might be wondering, what is our win condition with this randomizer? And, well, okay, super hammers. We're moving along quickly here.
Oh, nice.
So, to beat the game, we need to beat Cackletta at the end of Bowser's Castle. So, you might be wondering, how do we get to Bowser's Castle? And, oh my god. I'm getting a lot of options here while I'm trying to explain what's going on. But anyway, to get to Bowser's Castle, we need to defeat Popple and Birdo. And to defeat that, we need to go beat Joke's End, which is one of the last dungeons in the game. And that's where we need to collect all these items for. We need Ultra Hammers, we need Hand Powers and their respective Pearl Beans, the Green Goblet, Peach's Extra Dress, which I've already picked up, the Fake Bean Star, and the 4 Bean Star pieces, as well as a way to assemble it, which you need Peasley's Rose for. That's a lot of stuff, and I'll just point them out again as I find them. I did find the red goblet here, so now I can make Mario small. Oh, so that's, that is an improvement there. In fact, before I go to a place where there's enemies, I'm actually going to save the game. Enemies are shuffled amongst each other along with the bosses, and that can make some areas particularly dangerous early on, especially since I'm sitting here with no levels and very little equipment right now. But thankfully the stats have been scaled to deal with that. So even if I do get an encounter, it's probably not the end of the world, but it could still be a little scary. And nice item name.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying right now to keep this family friendly, but this game certainly has some names, doesn't it?
This game is going to test you with some of the item names.
Oh no. So, again, we were talking earlier in the pre-show, you know, I like to meet with my runners before the show starts, you know, not only to make sure tech stuff's good, but also to make sure that, you know, game's working good, the seed is hopefully vetted and not too ridiculous, but we were talking earlier about, around this time, Paper Mario was made, and there were some parts of this game that reminded me of Paper Mario just at a glance. The badges in particular are one of the elements I was thinking of. Are there any other aspects or components to Paper Mario you can see kind of shown in this game as well, Alta?
The hammer upgrades and how they work, and, you know, this is another Mario RPG in general that uses timed hits. Probably one of the major innovations away from the other Mario RPGs is how defense works in this game. So, you know, with, like, Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario, if you time it correctly, you'll just take reduced damage or no damage if you time it correctly in SMRPG. Defense in this game is all about completely avoiding damage. So, if you are good enough, you can, barring two exceptions, you can play the entire game without taking damage. And the regular speedrun of this game takes advantage of that to an extreme. I'd highly recommend watching the HDQ run from this year. The ending to that run was, we couldn't breathe during it. It was just so tense.
So, by the way, that is the cutest, and I mean the cutest sprite of a Dry Bones I think I've ever seen. Did you see it? It looked like a cutie. It didn't even look like something deadly. Mario, what are you doing?
Mario is there to hold water for us to get through some of the puzzles.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, some of the areas in the randomizer are kind of just going through the game, and then you're just getting the extra checks here as you go along. This is just part of Sphere Zero also. We're also coming up to the first boss. Boss shuffle is on as well. The HP and attack has been scaled to be appropriate for the area, so even if I roll a late game boss, I'm not going to be completely out of luck here. Their defense and speed has not been scaled, though, so depending on what I roll here, it could be an interesting fight, but I'm not worried about dying. But it may cause a longer than expected fight, at least by my standards. Alright, let's see what we roll here.
Yeah, so the chat's saying, ooh, likes Mahjong. Yes, Alta is very much into Mahjong. We were talking about that also in the free show. I also am a big fan of Mahjong, and you were using an auto table in a GDQ. Do I understand that properly?
Yeah. Oh, jeez, which one was it?
I'm jealous. I've never played a game of Mahjong on an auto table. I've played a game of, like, in-person Mahjong, but it takes forever to set up stuff, so it's really cool that you got a chance to use the auto table.
Yeah, you can get in, like, double the number of games with this. And with an auto table, just because of how quick it is.
Oh, this boss looks very terrifying.
Yeah, this is the first Cacletta fight. And she goes into this final phase when her HP is low enough, but it's funny because she just has low HP just because of the stat scaling, so she goes into this phase, like, immediately.
Yeah, chat was saying what a fight to start with. So is this a fight that's later in the game, Alta?
It's about halfway through the game, I'd say, but it's one of the tougher fights. In fact, Mario's about to take damage, and oof. Okay,
Oof, yeah.
That was a little scary.
Ooh, just a little bit. Dang, Alta. Also, Mario could totally have his own golf game. So we have Kirby's Dream Course. When's Mario's Dream Course? Because that move that Luigi just did totally looked like something that would be in it.
Well, I don't have any one-ups, so I gotta reset this fight.
You're saving, right? Alta reminded me.
I did save.
Okay, good job.
I did save here.
All right,
so,
cool.
Let's revisit some of our items here.
Oh, that's a cute menu with Mario and Luigi kind of like nudging each other for the camera.
Oh yeah, they're just nudging each other for for screen real estate there.
I like that.
All right. We'll give this another go. There are other things I could do, but I'd like to not double dip if I don't have to. Well, triple dip, necessarily.
Right.
The red goblet I got earlier did open up some checks, but I may just need to get another level or two if this just proves to be annoying. But I just need to not get hit. Easy.
So yeah, there are folks out there who meme that you can't speedrun a randomizer, but you know what? While you can't, like, per se world record on a randomizer, you can totally play a randomizer fast and use speedrun tricks and use all kinds of things that maybe you have an item from the late game that you normally wouldn't have early game, so you use that to sequence break things. There are so many different ways to accelerate a randomizer, so I argue that randomizers could be speedrun.
Yep, and there's often pretty big racing communities behind a lot of randomizers. Alright, in better shape here. It's just good that she didn't use the split attack at the start. If there's anything this rando will teach you to do is how to play defense. There's one boss in particular that shows up 4 times in the pool, and that's a fight that you really gotta get good at. Alright. One more turn and we're in there.
You got this, Alta. Let's go.
I think I'm at the point now where even if I get hit and I've won the fight, she should have 2 HP at this point. Nice quality of life thing is the randomizer shows you how much HP the bosses have.
There you go. GG. Nice boss, Alta.
Thank you. So when you level up, you get to choose a stat to add more to. Initially, power is the way to go, but once you get enough power that bosses start becoming irrelevant, I just start dumping everything into HP because it just... being able to take an errant hit here or there is a good thing, just in case you mess up a defense or something.
What was that dance Mario was doing? Luigi's, yeah, I get the Luigi dance. The Mario dance was, It was an animation. I'll put it that way.
Mario's just excited. I don't know. There's nothing nefarious about what's going on here. Nothing suggestive whatsoever.
No, nothing whatsoever. No. All right, so what's next?
This is a Nintendo game, after all.
So what is next for you? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm gonna finish up this area. This is still part of Sphere Zero. Now, there's probably about 7 more checks to get through and 1 more boss. And then, depending on what I find, will determine what's gonna happen next. I do have the red goblet, so I can do all the mini Mario checks, which there are a handful of in the overworld. Well, that'll be next on my agenda. In fact, there will be a quick 5 checks I can get immediately after this is done. Okay. This dry bones can be a little sketchy, but if you hug the wall, it'll be fine.
So yeah, there's folks asking in the chat, is this an archipelago? Yes, this is a solo archipelago, and this is actually a really good way to do this on random number generation for many reasons. So we were talking earlier, and of course we do have to meet this in an estimate. We do have another GDQ Hotfix show tonight. Also, in addition, if for some reason our runners get stuck, and yes, that happens to even the best of us, there is a way in which Alta can seek out hints, and I feel that that's one of the most worthwhile things of the archipelago, because again, happens to us all. So yeah, Solo Archipelago, turns out, makes a really good way to play randomizers here on RNG.
Let's just kill this for the experience.
Oh, but that looks very friend-shaped.
Well, it revived the enemy, so that's even more experience. Doing the Final Fantasy IV approach to getting experience and farming levels.
See, what is that look on Mario's face?
He's just happy to see the power I just rolled.
I mean, that was good. That was very good.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, items I would be interested in seeing. The green goblet, by far, would be the most check-dense of items at the moment. That lets me do the dig spot checks, which opens up an enormous amount of them in the overworld. And just in plenty of places in general. That's just... Finding a hammer and finding the green goblet is what you really want to see early on. And just because of that. Thunderhand is also pretty useful. It opens up a boss area and 15 dig checks. As far as, like, general usefulness and items are concerned, Luigi's are better than Mario's. It was not only for overworld progression, but for attacks, because the green goblet also unlocks Chopper Brothers, which is the best move in the game, especially combined with the Mush Badge, which gives you a flat damage bonus, which combines extremely well with multi-hit attacks like Chopper Brothers. The speedrun goes out of its way to get the Mush Badge, and we are always happy to see it in the randomizer as well. It's the best item you can get.
So chat is talking about, wow, even the hidden dig spots are randomized.
There are, oh, did it have to be this guy? Okay.
Okay, now again, I don't know this game as well as I know some of the other randomizers. Why is this a bad boss to take on right now, Alta?
So, you can see that Hermie is a giant hermit crab with a Christmas tree here, and, he has decided to go hide into his shell immediately. Normally, I have, Fire Hand to make him get out early, but, since I don't have that, I have to just wait it out, and I'm gonna have to farm up advance moves to move this along.
This, hermit crab's kind of nightmare fuel. That, face,
It's definitely a face it's making.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So one of the mechanics in this game is with advanced moves. If you use a bros attack enough times, you'll unlock the advanced one, and Knockback Brothers, the one I'm using here, is has a multi-hit attack that goes on forever if you time it correctly. So it's kind of like super jumps to an extent, and it has the same frame window for that matter. You know, I sent these seeds to I sent 2 seeds to the dev before I started this to vet the seed to make sure, you know, it's you know, nothing too out there. All he told me is that chat would enjoy this one, so I don't know what's coming here.
So this is a seed for the people. Got it. Not a seed for Alta Biscuit. This is a seed for the people.
It is absolutely a seed for the people.
Well,
so yeah, right now I'm just going to be farming Knockback Brothers here until I get the advanced move. Thankfully, the requirements for the advanced move has been decreased for the randomizer. In the vanilla game, I would need to do this 43 times to unlock the advanced move, but this is I think it's 10 in the randomizer, so it's gonna not be nearly as much time, and I have enough syrups to work through all this too. So we'll get through this boss.
Another question from the chat: is there another boss, or you can do, or is there no choice to endure the pain of this awful fight?
There are other things I could do, but I would like to not double dip if I can help it, because it's a little bit out of the way, but we'll see how this goes here.
I just did the math.
You can see.
Is this game 21 years old, Alta?
Don't say that.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just thinking about the beginning of the beginning scene where it showed the year that this was made, and I'm like, wait a second. This is 21 years old. This game is legal to drink. To put things in perspective. Wow. I'm sorry, Alta, now. What were you saying as you try to get this hermit crab out of its shell? Oh wow, is this like super jumps?
Yeah, this is like super jumps.
Okay.
Sorry, I was focusing there for a second.
Good. Now that I know that that exists, and when I see you do that animation, I'll be sure to give you focus time. It looked like super jumps to me.
Yeah, it's a similar frame window. I'm waiting for it to get out of the shell so I can do more damage now, because otherwise it's just going to be 80 of them. Alright. The timing is kind of weird too, because it depends on where the hits are.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, so chat didn't know that this boss heals, apparently. This is another thing that I'm learning from chat. That was still pretty good, Alta. And
yeah, that was really good progress on this. This should be good now.
Yeah, chat told me that the blue numbers indicate healing, so thank you for letting me know that, chat. Can this boss run out of healing, kind of like in SMRPG in the older version? It could say monster's flower points is gone. Is there something like that here?
No, there isn't. So,
are you kidding me? No wonder why chat's
I
like,
just gotta,
yeah.
I just gotta do it,
Yep.
basically. I just don't go in the shuttle, alright. This'll be a good opportunity here. The timing is so much harder when he's out of the shell, because it's just very little room.
Sure.
Alright, good. Not quite enough yet. Okay. This is probably it right here.
I believe, gamer.
Alright.
Hey!
A little bit of a struggle there, but
still
got there, and hopefully won't have to come back here again.
Let's get some applause for Alta Biscuit there, just exhibiting the utmost of patience and defeated that boss without the firebrand. GG there, Alta. Fantastic, fantastic gaming.
What would be a great reward now is if it just gave me the mush badge right now.
If you got firebrand, I might laugh a little bit.
Yeah, that would be pretty mean. Though, chat's probably right, it's a chuckle bean. The odds are, it's a chuckle bean. I don't remember the exact number of them, but it's probably at least half the pool is chuckle beans.
Oh, I love it, chat! Hooray!
I got a super syrup for my troubles, which is not... You know, at least it's not a chuckle bean, we'll put it that way. Okay, so one last check here, and then we can go about our business. When you defeat that boss normally, well, when it's normal boss, they give you your hammers here. This is the vanilla hammer location. And let's see what we get. Okay, we got our second chuckle of fruit. So that's 2/3 of a progressive item there. Oh, one nice quality of life feature that the rando also adds is the ability to access the warp pipe screen from anywhere. Otherwise, there would just be a lot of backtracking, and because of all that, especially with the dig spots you gotta do.
Wait,
you can't go back to where you were if you access that menu, so make sure you know where you're going first.
Why is Mario so squished?
Because Luigi decided to become the main character.
That's actually a really good answer to that. I love it.
So, I found the Bean Brooch in there. That is the item needed to get into Chuckle Huckwood, so if I find the last Chuckle of fruit, then I'll be in good shape here. I got the super hammer as well, which unlocks a few other checks in the overworld. I'm gonna prioritize those initially. Super hammers is our access to Tiki Valley as well.
Hey.
There's not a whole lot I can do there without the green goblet, but actually, let's go do this check first.
That Bluey meme was great. If you haven't seen the Bluey run, do yourselves a favor and go check that VOD out or YouTube excerpt at some point. You can't miss Hooray. It was too good.
Yeah, it was a very cute run.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the runs in this GDQ were great, so... Let's see. So yeah, this is an example of just one of the checks that the green goblet, or red goblet gives me access to. Just these tiny jump courses that Mario has access to. And it's a bean, of course.
That's beans.
That is beans. Alright, let's do the couple of checks I have in Tiki Valley, and then it's probably about time I go to the Chucklehuck Woods, but a spicier play would be to go back into Woohoo University, where we found some of our first few items. This may just be confirmation bias, or I am, you know, thinking of doing risky plays for the sake of making up time for that boss I was up against, but I might dive University a second time. I don't know. We'll see what we find.
I have to read this in the appropriate way from chat. You'll take your chuckle bean and you'll enjoy it. Tried to do that justice.
I guess I will. I'm going to orphan the membership card check. That's a 3-minute mini game back there.
Alta. First of all, save reminder. Let me do that first. I wouldn't be a friend and a good host if I didn't remind you to save, so save.
What am I saying?
Save. Save your game.
Yeah, save, yes. I will save at the next opportunity I have. That's a good point. I have not done that in a while. So. Second,
you realize if you orphan a check or leave behind a check on my show, you know what happens to people who orphan their checks on my show, Alta.
Well, you see, this is where I'm going to eat my words and say that clearly I'm built different and won't be punished in any way, shape, or form.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing could go wrong at all on a show, you know, about randomizers.
No, nothing.
Where I've mentioned cursed checks already.
Yes.
Accidentally ran it. Avoiding encounters is probably the hardest part about this game, honestly. Like, any percent and all bosses are known for their glitches and stuff, but the glitchless run, avoiding encounters is like the thing to getting a good time, and the encounters around here especially can be pretty tricky.
Nothing bad happens and everyone has a great time. No. Usually on my show, something bad happens to the runner and everyone laughs at it. You gotta understand, that's the way it be here. All my runners have been good sports, though, whenever that happens, though. So don't worry. My runners usually know how to take it if they have to, but I don't know about that check, Alta. I might be slightly judgmental if that 3-minute, totally nonsense check ends up becoming relevant later on.
Well, speaking of nonsense checks, and I've disabled this for the sake of of my sanity,
yes.
But there is a rather notorious mini game to get Harhal's Pants, which is an item where you need to play a mini game at minimum 24 times to get it.
Yeah.
And that probably takes about 10 to 15 minutes if you're good at it. So, just for my sake and your sake, I have excluded that check. But Even though the people in chat who like to see streamers suffer would love to see it.
This is a good question. How many? That's never happened before. Have I been a part of? Too many. way too many. Between mainline events, we have, hot fixes, we have, you name it, I've been a part of it at some point with that. But my answer is too many. A ridiculous amount. But yeah, this is GDQ Hotfix, by the way, for folks who do not know. This is some of our programming between GDQs here, and this is Random Number Generation. This is a show about randomizers. So if you love randomizers and you can't get enough of them, this is the right place. We interact with chat. Sometimes with the permission of the runner, we poke and laugh when unfortunate things happen. We have a good time here overall. I say this, and I don't know if Alta's been in pain at all besides that hermit crab fight this seed, so maybe...
Well, I am one who enjoys the chaos gremlin part of randomizers, so
yeah.
It's just going to happen sometimes, and you gotta laugh when it happens. I have when I roll seeds for anything, I'm not gonna say everything I roll is cursed, because I swear everybody tries to take that claim, but I tend to roll low percent things, whether that means they're cursed or just interesting. So, while I can't promise something cursed, I will likely roll something weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm as bad luck, Chad, as much as I am cursed. And I encourage my runners to embrace the curse, which we already knew Alta did. We've had Alta on here at least one other time before. So no, we embrace the curse here. And as for me, that shouldn't be surprising. Look at the second half of my name, Bills, who just played this last weekend. Put 2 and 2 together here, okay? Yes, I too know how to laugh at unfortunate things like that. So I get it. I totally get it.
Well, my low percentage gambit didn't work this a second time, so I gotta do the responsible thing and go to the check dents area, much to my dismay. But I'll say that we got another boss coming up here. I should check my equipment here. I'm getting not a whole lot for equipment here, that's for sure. But I did get a couple levels along the way, so
yeah,
should be okay. We aren't getting the hermit crab here, which would have been a lot worse. So.
If another hermit crab somehow surfaces, I don't know how it would.
Well,
yeah,
that would qualify as that's never happened before. So. More likely than not, it's probably going to be JoJora and her friend. So, in Joke's End, you may recall, if you've played this game before you fight the boss, you get to pick the name of the other boss that you're about to fight, and there's 4 options. That means all 4 versions of that boss are in the pool. So, JoJora and her friend show up 4 times. But thankfully, that's one of the easier bosses. In my opinion, anyway.
All right, what do we have? Okay, how do you feel about this one, Alta? What are your feelings right now?
My feelings right now? I poisoned Luigi by accident, so that's a... that's thing.
Curse! Those aren't feelings, that's just a curse!
Luigi's fine.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fine, Alta said.
We're getting some tough ones here for based on some of the items I'm getting here.
Chad, here's your next meme. Great, great!
I lost count at some point, so I have no idea what the damage is at.
It's great! Sorry.
Right? Yeah. Alright, Luigi can stop suffering in poison.
As a treat.
One more turn ought to do it. Thankfully, Trunkle doesn't heal much, so we're not gonna run into the Hermes situation here.
Is this another one where Firebrand would have been very much appreciated?
Not so much Firebrand here. Oh, I thought I counted that right. Oh well. I think it's 2. No, it's 4. Alright. Trunkle just has a lot of defense. So, this is where Chopper Brothers would have been much appreciated. Okay. You know, when they, when James the dev said this was going to be one for Chad, I think this is definitely one for Chad.
Yes, I would assume so as well. What kind of
Really,
friend would do this to you, Alta? Would a friend do that?
Yes. Yes, a friend would do that. A friend can have a prank as a treat.
Yeah, well, I guess. I just feel like you've been through... Again, I'm still learning about this game, Alta, but I feel like you've been through a lot so far tonight.
I'll say that my experience here is not typical. Like, it's kind of like Link to the Past, where you sometimes, on rare occasion, have to go without a sword for like an hour, but... And I feel like this is one of those kinds of seeds, but that typically doesn't happen that often, so... This is kind of like me going swordless for a while. Peasley's Rose, eh?
What is that?
That unlocks access to Bean Bean Castle. So that's more checks and opens up the item shop when I beat the boss there.
So many double words. Bean, bean, great, great. This game certainly likes its double words.
It sure does. The, it is just beans everywhere. You know, whenever I play Archipelago multi-world with friends, like, it's just...
Okay,
It's just beans everywhere in the item feed.
Every time I see Who Bean, I think Who Boy instead, like, Who Boy.
Well, I'm tagging that warp pipe for later. That's one of the pipes that's not available right away because you need a few items to get here, but... So it's not one of the 4 that I start with. So I can just warp back here when I need to come back. Another thing Mini Mario used for being trout. Uh-oh. That's our second neon egg here. Second of 7. Are the egg fans in the chat going to be victorious here? Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Time to run. and then save next opportunity I get. So I'm using nuts to heal specifically instead of mushrooms, because eventually I hope to find the mush badge, and that powers up my attacks based on the number of mushrooms in my inventory. So I would rather heal with those instead of mushrooms at the moment. The puzzle... The areas are just opened up, just to speed things along. Mostly just because some of the areas in the game can be a little repetitive. You have to do over and over again. So the randomizer auto-completes some areas just for sake of expediency. Oh look, it's Jojora number 1. Thankfully, this boss has not much HP. So...
Is this like a beginning game boss?
No, this is an endgame boss. So, it's only... They normally have 500 HP. Whoops. I was talking and messed up the timing. Yeah, they have 32 HP instead of 500, so this is gonna not be nearly as long. Yes, it's friend number 1 of 4. So I need to not attack Jojora's friend when she's there. Actually, let's just go for it. Okay. Unless you just get the killing blow. So
I mean, that works.
it does. Got a syrup. I think the best item I could hope to find right now is the purple chuckle of fruit. It's the last item I need to get to the end part here of this area. Though, I guess I'm not particularly well equipped for it yet. Wow, this is a lot of enemies. So, I think I might defer the boss, even if I do find it. I think I'm most interested in the Green Goblet. You know, I've mentioned it a few times, but the Green Goblet has gone mysteriously missing for a bit. And I'm not gonna... You know, it's a bit too early in the game to say that this is cursed. You know, we don't have enough evidence yet.
I don't know. Based on what you've told me and about all these bosses with chip damage, I would definitely say it's cursed, no?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It was definitely a tough opener, we'll put it that way.
Did we ever get an answer to the question of whether or not the beans you can get in the ground are randomized too? I want to say yes, but I'll defer to Alta on this one.
Yes, they are randomized.
Okay, there you go.
We would be getting a waterfall of items as soon as I find the Green Goblet. But until then, we are stuck for our above-ground items. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Peasley's Rose axis here to get into the castle. We're about to run into a boss that isn't shuffled. There are a couple of them that, for varying reasons, cannot be shuffled, because a lot of the story triggers in the game are based on the boss being defeated and not the story event that happens after defeating said boss. I can remember early in the alpha of this randomizer that funny things happened when boss shuffle was first introduced for that reason. Managing these story triggers is actually one of the things you need to do in all bosses, where you try and beat them in a certain order to overlap cutscenes to ends, and it's just funny all around there. The sewer puzzles here are all completed, or auto-completed, but this is one of the, one of the few games where the Mario Brothers do actual plumbing for once. Did you remember that they were plumbers?
Well, depends on what movie you watched, right? Like, it was covered in both movies. I would say maybe more directly in the second movie it was covered. But I'll tell y'all something. I'm very partial to the first movie. That just might be nostalgia talking. How about you, Alta?
You know, we all have those movies that people say are bad, and they might be right, but we can still like the hello.
Oh, what was that?
That was the Mush Badge AA. That is the strongest item in the game, so our damage worries are over.
Yay! Hooray! I can't say yay anymore. I have to say hooray here on GDQ. Hooray!
It's in your contract now, you have to say it.
I am partial to the first movie, but sometimes I do like quote-unquote bad movies, so that'll do it,
Yeah. Also, earlier I unlocked Mario's jump advance move, so this is going to make this fight trivial, because I can damage spiked enemies with it.
Yep, great works also, chat. What? Wait a second. Alta, I blinked. What happened?
I one-shotted the boss.
Yes, I can see very clearly that you one-shotted the boss. How'd you do it?
That is the power of the advance move and the Mush Badge on top of that. So, the advanced jumping move does double damage to spiked enemies. So, there's that, and then, of course, the Mush Badge being as ridiculous as it is. The amount of damage it did there surprised me, even, so... No, it was pretty good. The Mush Badge is a very balanced item. That's why they nerfed it in every game after this. In the Japanese version, they nerfed it. They nerfed it to Oblivion in the remake. Oh, I guess I haven't done this cutscene yet. Well, the town's in ruins, by the way. Alright, let's see what the shop has. Oh, there's our last chuckle of fruit, so I am going back to... Ooh, and green pearl bean also. That's 2 items that we are happy... And a beanstalk! The shop is just loaded right now. Wait, was that Firebrand too? The shop had everything!
Wow, this has some spice to it, Alta.
It sure does. Let's see. Alright. I'm gonna double check my equipment and do a sell here. I still have, like, no good armor yet. Anything good here? Yeah. Alright. Let's do a sell. Alright, mushrooms equal damage. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is to complete the Chucklehug Woods here. This is the story trigger that returns Bean Bean Castle Town back to normal. So you saw earlier it was in ruins. And defeating this boss will return it back to normal. That will give us access to more items in the town, more shop items, just all sorts of goodies that we will like.
So, I take it this tree... Oh no, the tree is a friend. I wasn't sure for a second.
The tree is a friend, but not the two that snuck past there.
No, I would imagine not.
That was Popple and I don't know, some other guy that looked kind of familiar. I think his name is Rookie. Not sure.
Bean Star Pants.
Well, that is a good item to point out here. So, there are a couple of there are two armors in the game which I dub as go first items, and those are the Beanstar Pants and the #1 trousers. And those items are significant because they let you go first regardless of what your speed stat is. So it's just extremely useful for running away and cheesing bosses. And there's just you can even with some bosses in the vanilla game, you can even manipulate turn order with them and get extra turns when you shouldn't have them. So it's just a really good item in general. So this is one of the bosses that has an unavoidable attack. It's one of two that does, but hopefully that won't matter.
This is not a friend, unlike the tree.
This is definitely not a friend.
But
so an interesting quirk about the Mush Badge and just equipment in general. The bro who is doing the attack is not the one where the power is calculated from. It's from the bro who's actually hitting the enemy. So even though that was Luigi's turn, it's using Mario's power. And Mario's the one equipped with the Mush Badge, so... we're just gonna be cruising here. Or through bosses here. And thankfully I didn't get the unavoidable attack either. Alright, so we got the town back to normal now. That's going to unlock about 8 item blocks and a couple more shop checks. There isn't really a whole lot of items I have access to right now, or areas, so I suspect our next progression is going to be in here. Or it could be on the check that I orphaned. You know, that would never happen on this show.
Now, you see, I was willing to forget about it. You brought this one up this time.
You see, I have a tendency to will things into existence with Randomizer. So if I just keep doing it, it can't possibly keep happening all the time, right? Am I playing with fire here? Am I flying too close to the sun? Does it remain to be seen? Can you get multiple Mush Badges? Yes, there are 3 of them. There's the AA, the single A, and the regular Mush Badge, and if you happen to be lucky enough to find one in a shop, you can buy multiples. So, we are always happy to see the Mush Badge in any form, though. And nothing. Nothing there. Oh yeah, this guy. We get to go beanlet hunting. It's those little guys. They're just little guys. They're good friends. That one was a nut, apparently. mushrooms. Come on, let's get some good items here.
Every time you say nut, I have to press my nut button, but I'm at least turning my mic off because you don't need to hear it that many times.
You'd be hitting it a lot in this.
I would! I absolutely would.
Nothing. Nothing. Oh, so if you're also familiar with this game, you'll know that there are coffee items. That's what all these beans are for. They are used to brew coffee. I've disabled most of the coffee checks though, except for 2 of them. What, I don't have enough who beans, really? Wow. I'm gonna have to go to the shop and buy some. But 2 types of beans are just really grindy and take a lot of time, and they're just not that interesting checks, so I've excluded those, but 2 of the coffee checks I've left in because you just happen to get those items anyway, so... let's see here. I'm beginning to wonder if I have been punished.
Have you, Alta?
I don't know yet. I need to go buy some beans first. There's... If the membership card has it, then I'm going down with the ship, and it's going to be a last location. I am just committing to that bit now.
See.
I'm handing myself my own shovel here. I need to buy 6 of these. Then again, maybe I should have heeded the dev's warning that chat would like this.
Well, yeah.
Whatever that means. Ooh, that was Thunderhand right there. Okay. So, I'm not going down with the ship yet. So I got Luigi's hand power and his respective overworld ability to go with it, so that opens up a few checks here. Still no green goblet, oddly enough. It's not very common to have that be late. But this has also unlocked another boss, so, and another story trigger, so I'm beginning to think of cursed areas this could end up being in the Green Goblet. And I'm thinking it might be in the Fungi Town shop, which to get access to that, I need to have defeated Chuckolator, which I've already done. It needs all those Chocola fruits from earlier. And the other one is to defeat Mom Piranha, which needs Thunderhand, which I just got, so... Green Goblet being there is pretty rare in my experience. That's... You know, I was hoping to get the Green Goblet early, because there are a lot of hidden dig spots in the game that are very obtuse, and most people probably haven't found them without looking them up. And I'm one of those I'm people in this case.
Isn't this the whole classic, this is how people ended up calling up the Nintendo hotline, because they had to have some amount of hidden stuff in this game?
Did the Nintendo hotline still exist in 2003?
I mean...
I don't even know.
It's probably close to when it was done, but it could have. That one I'd have to look up. But what I'm saying is it's like the essence of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just discovered, we want to talk about randomizers. For those of you who either played Super Metroid or SMZ3, I just discovered the turtle check like a couple weeks ago when I was doing the retro achievement for Hundo in Super Metroid. I got angry when I found out where that missile is. I'm like, what in the Nintendo hotline is this check?
I bet retro achievements has made you aware of a lot of things that were not known before, whether they were possible or just hidden
stuff
gems.
In my discoveries so far, I assure you.
I recall, I think this was Auth, actually, Author Blues, with a Super Mario 64, like, some 1-up in Bowser in the Dark World didn't spawn until, like, you did some level or whatever, and everybody in chat just lost their mind over that, because it's like, what? That was just so random. So, I'm well equipped damage-wise to deal with bosses now, and I'm probably going to one-shot the boss. But, if I don't, there's still a chance I could die, because I don't have that much HP, so... And I need to save frequently anyway, so... Anyway, chat can take their bets if I'm one-shotting the boss here. Oh, I don't have Green Goblet yet. Maybe I'm not one-shotting it. Actually, no, this is only gonna do 1 damage. Alright. Well, if chat thought I was one-shotting the boss, not yet. Uh-oh. Just adding dramatic tension.
Yeah, I was about to ask, what's going on here, Alta?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But Mario and Luigi look a little worried about it. No, I've been reminding Alta to save throughout this. Don't worry about that.
Uh-oh. Alright. There might be death here. Yep, there's death. Alright. I was thinking the game was over, and we had another ending to play here. Alright. Let's try this again, this time with feeling. Oof. All right.
It's alright. This is why we save frequently in randomizers is for. Yes.
This is why we save frequently, yes. So this will be a helpful attack. Now I only gotta dodge one of them. If I drop this.
Wow.
Be enough? Yeah.
Still, GG,
probably
Alta.
a bit of overkill.
It didn't take you that long. It was really good. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay, we're opening up Fungi Town here.
Which one's the fun guy, Mario or Luigi?
Well, they They drag Luigi through the mud in this game, but he gets his revenge in Dream Team, where there are many
What
Luigi,
did Luigi
and
just
not
do
just
there?
one Luigi.
Excuse me?
Just, you know, it's been a long day, and Luigi needed to take a nice, comfy sit.
I think. Yeah. I'm gonna look that one up later and see what that was.
So yeah, now that Chocolator's been defeated and Mom Piranha have been defeated, the Peach escort quest to Fungi Town has been opened up. If you'll recall, the escort quest is quite annoying in the vanilla game, and it has thankfully been made a lot nicer in the randomizer. Peach is just sitting at the end of every screen. You don't have to dodge enemies. It was a very nice quality of life feature to be added. But now that I got Thunder Hand, I'm gonna make this little detour here. This is funny, because like this is an area of the game that you might miss in your playthrough. And they introduced this mechanic again at Bowser's Castle, you know, at the very end. And they put signs there telling you what to do, because I think they might have realized in playtesting that people might not have found this room. So I only get 2 checks here. I don't know why the music cut out there for a little bit, but we won't worry about that. I opened up the other flower there mostly just so, once I find the green goblet, wherever it may be. What's the time check currently on the run?
More up to date than what I have. I'm only going to be able to give you an approximate, most likely, though. I don't know how much of a delay there is. I'm seeing
That's fine.
A little past 1:15, maybe 1:15:30, for instance. Remember, this isn't Mercy Kill. I'm not going to cut you off, so you know you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, the bosses have been a thing this seed, that's for sure. So, just kind of wanting to know where I'm at to kind of help inform decisions once I get more items, wherever it might be. I'm getting... The more that I'm digging through this, this particular seed, the more I'm starting to think that the green goblet is buried.
I'm calling the check you orphaned earlier.
Yeah? Well, I'm willing to keep letting it ride.
I thought you were going to say rot instead of ride.
That too. We'll let the check rot here. And if that ends up being the one that ends up killing my time, then well, I have accepted that. So yeah, we already fought Trunkle, so this is going to be something else. Trunkle doesn't have that much HP, so this is going to be a low HP fight. Oh look, it's them again. Well, this is friend number 2.
I mean, it's a good way to describe runs that you just kind of leave there. Letting it rot's actually kind of funny, in my opinion.
I was not expecting the knockback advance to be that quick. You kind of have to, like, relearn the timing on each boss. Alright, so close to level 11 here. That's about the level that any percent finishes at.
What do you typically end at level-wise? And like, we'll call it an average ending randomizer seed.
About level 20-ish is about where I usually end up. There is an item that gives you double XP if you don't take damage in the fight. So if I get that item, then I'll sometimes end around level 25. It depends on how early it is. I'd say in a casual playthrough, most people ended at about level 40. But usually by the time you get to the end of the randomizer, you've usually found most of the good items, and items do more for your damage than levels do. Levels is more about survivability more than anything else. Okay, time to see what the shops here have. If I'm getting here this early, comparatively, in a seed, it's probably loaded. The first shop was loaded, so why not this one? It's just beans. Why am I even surprised? I shouldn't be surprised. It's just all beans. And more beans. Hey, look, there's my green goblet. Okay. I'm sure some of you have used map trackers before if you've played Randomizer. Any randomizer, really. My map tracker just went from mostly red to nearly all green. So there are a lot of checks that just opened up. So the next, probably the next 10-15 minutes is going to be just clearing through every dick check I have access to, which is going to be a lot. So one other thing the randomizer does is make hidden blocks visible. This is probably one of the more notorious hidden blocks. And hey, there's a Beanstar piece there. So that's 2 of 4. We're actually getting to the point where I can start talking about what my Go mode requirements are at this point. The items I need for Go mode at this point are the Red Pearl Bean, the fake Beanstar, and 2 more Beanstar pieces, and my Ultra Hammers. So there's still a bit to go, but the thing about the Beanstar pieces and the fake Beanstar is they unlock very little check-wise, so they could basically be anywhere in the game. So yeah, it's not just beans. You see I found a mushroom there.
How close would you say you are to Go mode time-wise, Alta?
That very much depends on where the items are. There's some areas I still don't have access to yet. In large part just because I don't have Ultra Hammers. And there's a lot of these overworld dig spots that I need to do checks on. So item number-wise, I'm pretty close, but where they are remains to be seen. I did find the bonus ring there earlier. That's the double XP item I was mentioning just a little bit ago. So when I find a good opportunity to go to my equipment menu, I'm going to equip that bonus ring. Another special item like that I would be very interested in finding is the Great Force. It's an item that doubles the amount of damage I deal and receive. So it can be a little risky, but now that I have the Green Goblet and the Mush Badge, I should be one-shotting absolutely everything. So I'm not too worried about the whole I'm taking double damage thing. I have there have been quite some struggles with the bosses in this seed, but we have persevered and we have been rewarded with the good items in the game. Yeah, there's a whole lot of overworld dig spots here. A lot of these sprout-looking things are common places for dig spots to be hidden. Probably the more ridiculous one was one I found, the one in the airport earlier, where it was just in between the eyes on the face in the airport. The mini-game here, or this Beanstar piece check, is one that I also disabled, mostly just because it's a 6-minute check. It's not very... a 5 to 6 minute check, it's not very interesting, and it's also, like, the other one that has the notorious, like, 15-minute check attached to it, so... No, for time's sake, that's been disabled, but if it's an archipelago multi-world, I'm absolutely subjecting my friends to checks like that. So I mean, what? I'm good to my friends. I don't ever pick cursed settings or roll cursed seeds for the group. I guess the question is next is what I'm looking to find here. The Red Pearl, probably the Ultra Hammers, is the one that I'm most interested in finding next, because that's going to open up the majority of the rest of the world, mostly the ocean area. Your ocean access in this game, you need Ultra Hammers for it, and you also need either the membership card to sync the SS Chocola, or you complete Woohoo University, which is another thing that's in the back of my mind to do next. I've already done a dive in there twice, and it seems not unreasonable to think that that's where my next one is. I know Sky is still thinking about the check that I orphaned yet. I'm still
yeah,
I'm
very much so.
I'm holding the line here. Is chat gonna hold the line here with me? Do you believe in the orphan check?
I believe in you, Alta. I don't trust this randomizer to not do that. Let me make that very clear.
So Thunderhand opened that. They would normally upgrade my hammers to super hammers. In this case, they upgraded it to a super mushroom. They at least got half of it right. So this next check I'm going to do here is, you know, it's pretty similarly. It's a bunch of RNG, much like the show name here.
I was gonna say.
It's 200 coins for a 1 in 3 to get the item. I don't know, chat, what do you think? Team left, center, or right? Well, the answer was team right. And it was a nut. But the answer is, you're all winners in this one. It was team left, center, and right.
Wow.
When you spend... when you enter that room, it has already decided your fate.
Wow.
It doesn't matter which one you pick. You can do save states, you can do all sorts of stuff. It's the same item, no matter what it rolled. So you're all winners. Congratulations, chat.
Chat's excited about that one. Oh,
hooray. Hooray indeed.
Hooray? Hooray!
Chat going hooray.
We just came back from GDQ, and so did you. Do you have any streaming plans? And if so, when do you typically stream, and where can folks find you?
Well, I have a full-time job, so I have to... I'm not streaming much during the day, but when I do, it's usually a randomizer of some description. It's been a lot of this lately to prepare for your show today, but I also have been quite fond of the DK64 randomizer as of late. That's a very good one. DK64randomizer.com. I don't know what happened there.
Always. You know, we feature that randomizer on this show on a semi-regular basis because of how popular it is.
It's pretty good. Oh, come on. I missed the jump. No! Alright, chat. I have an opportunity to potentially redeem myself with the orphan check. What do you think I should do? Should I go for the orphan check or not? You know, press 1 if you think I should go for the orphan check. Or press 2 if you think, you know, I should hold the line and keep going.
You know, in a second here, I'm waiting for the delay to come.
Yeah, I'm waiting for chat to roll in here too.
There's a lot of yeses here, Alta.
There's a lot. Oh, there's a lot of ones, couple twos. I think the.
I think the ones might have it here, Alta.
Yeah, I think the ones might have it here. All right. And now I have a choice. Do I do what chat wants? Do I make chat right? I'm gonna do what chat wants.
You know, if they don't, they'll make you regret it.
Yeah.
Also, when you get a chance.
Well, we'll do what chat wants here, I guess. Oh yeah, I should save, huh?
Yeah, just.
You know what? You know what? I'm not doing what chat wants. I am bailing on chat here. I'm doing the bait. I am doubling down on this check having nothing.
Now I was with you, chat. All right, don't ever tell that I didn't have your back. I wanted that check to be done, but Alta says no. Alta's the one driving the car here, so.
But thanks for the save reminder. I will save next chance I get.
Please do.
Don't worry, there will be a third opportunity to go back for it once I get Ultra Hammers. The route will make sense to do it then. I'm just seeing chat now. Worth it.
And are you saying boo or boo earns?
Oh, chat is not appreciating my behavior at the moment. Well, some of them are. I'm with the people that are on team no membership card check. Oh, I almost forgot a check here because of the dig spot. Well, it was just... Come on, chat. Like, it's going to be a chuckle bean. You know it. I know it. It's going to be a chuckle bean.
What if it's a who bean?
Okay, it could be a who bean also. It could also be a hoobie. I'll give you that one. This one's a mean hidden spot, too. Alright, I'm going to... There has not been a convenient save block here, so I'm going to do that now. Just in case. Also a good time to take a drink of water.
Or be sure to stay hydrated.
Oh, I see. Chat specifically wants the chuckle bean that's on the membership card check. I see what's going on now. Y'all just want... Y'all are chaos gremlins like me.
And they usually are, to be fair.
What? Someone is suggesting that there might be an item in the vanilla location. Are you saying that would happen in a randomizer at all?
I mean, again, that is part of the randomization, Alta.
I mean, technically, yes. But then chat gets to do their favorite comment of if this is even randomized.
Oh yeah, that's a line we hear here more often than I would think we would, but yes.
Yeah, there's... Little does chat know, I started this whole controversy to bait them into, you know, doing chat activity while I, do all these overworld checks, because there's a lot of them. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's my story. Clearly.
So realistically, how much more of this randomizer do you have, Alta?
Let's see. A lot of the stuff I have to do right now is mostly backtracking some areas to get the dig spots. Like this. I have Woohoo University to clear out. The rest of Chucklehuck Woods, which the Red Pearl Bean would facilitate. Once I get ocean access, there's all of the ocean. There's Joke's End, which can have a lot of stuff in it. And then there's Guarhar Lagoon, which is the location I would be least thrilled about needing to go, because that's the area that requires the most items to access and complete. And it's a fairly low-density area compared to some of the other areas in the game, so... Now that would be pretty much a disaster in the 11th hour if that was the case.
Well, make sure that doesn't get willed into existence.
No, I think what chat wants willed into existence is the membership card check. I think,
yeah.
I think they're on team membership card now, unless it's, I think the only thing that would, distract chat from that is if I started finding more neon eggs. I think that would be the only thing that would, take the heat off me at this point. So I'm retreading some old ground to get some of the dig spots here. Thankfully getting through some of these areas isn't going to take as long, just because I've already done all the puzzles, so I can just blitz through it all. Oh. Yeah, you can see that key items are golden mushrooms when they pop up, so whenever I see one, it's like, oh, is this it? And it's not.
That's actually a really good point by chat. What exactly is, like, the logic behind this game? Like, are there some things we just won't see no matter what? Or can anything go here?
So, I don't really know how the fill for the rando works that much. I've kind of been able to gleaned some things just from playing enough of these is, like, there's, just by the nature of how items progress, like, there's going to be certain items that you're going to see early more often than others. Like, you're almost certainly going to see one of your hammers very early in the seed. Typically, the green goblet is early. That's not always the case, but it oftentimes is. So just a lot of stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it, like, favors certain spots more than others. It seems fairly random from what I can tell. I know, like, other randomizers have, like, certain safeguards or algorithms to, like, keep certain items early on just to make it a little bit nicer, but that could also... There's probably options to turn off those safeguards. At least I know that's the case with DK64. For the complex level order enjoyers in the chat.
I keep hearing you want to play DK64 Randomizer soon.
I will probably play that soon. But we got this one to finish first. Oops, we got an encounter. So, this hasn't been relevant since I found the item, but I have the Beanstar Pants, so it's a go first item, and it just makes running away really nice. Okay, there's one more dig spot left here in the mountain. It's at the summit, and if there's an item here, that's a pretty mean location for it, because I have to climb all the way up here a second time to get this check. Well, that's not nothing. So now Luigi's all, powered up here. Okay, yeah, I'll do the dig spots in the woods, and then, I think, Woohoo University is next on my agenda. That's one half of our ocean access to go there, so... And I haven't found the membership card yet, so... That is one item that would make me go back to that orphan check, is finding the membership card, so... And the Ultra Hammers would also, be another reason to head back that direction. Oh, that's a neon egg. That's number 3.
How many are there again? Neon eggs, I mean.
There are 7 of them, so that's 3 out of 7 to unlock the single check. I'm willing to bet that the item on the Neon Eggs check is better than the membership card check. I am continuing to double and even triple down on that item being junk. And if I'm right, then, well, like, I'm right and I get to be smug about it, and if I'm wrong, it's gonna be hilarity for chat. So everybody wins. Well, maybe I'm the only one who wins if the membership card check is nothing. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about some checks in Castletown. That's actually where I'm going after this. There's 10 dig spots in Bean Bean Castletown. And the turn-in for it, so it's 11 checks total there. That's another mean hidden dig spot, by the way. I don't know how they expect people to find that unless they're just running around with Mini Mario looking for it. Secret Scroll 2, so that's a hidden move, which I think it's Cyclone Bros, but it's oddly enough one of the few moves in the game that actually gives you area of effect wave clear, but it's not a whole lot, so oftentimes you'll just be better off just killing things with Chopper Brothers. So yeah, I'm intentionally putting Mario in the back, so in case I do get an encounter, he's wearing the go first item, I can just run away immediately. And the remake of this game, Cyclone Bros and Swing Bros, ended up being the overpowered moves of that game. Especially since they nerfed Chopper Brothers, like, they limited the number of hits you can do with it, and the Mush Badge, of course, was nerfed and was, like, behind a bunch of stuff, so it's completely different stuff. You can barely see the X where that one is hiding, but it's there. This is just another unfair hiding spot, though. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 5, 8 checks remaining around here. Whoops, I did not mean to make those empty spawn. I'll have to come back for that later. Well... There's the membership card.
Oh!
So now I actually have a reason to go back and do that orphan check. I don't know, do I just continue sticking my, ooh, there's a fake Beanstar. That's one of our Go Mode items. So one step closer. I don't know, do I just keep sticking my fingers in my ears saying, la la la, that check is nothing, that story trigger means nothing?
What do you think, chat?
Oh, I know what chat's gonna say. Playing chat like a fiddle right now. It's entirely... Oh no, I'm getting cursed routing ideas here. Oh no. So there is a world where I would need to sync the SS Chuckla, which that membership card is needed. One of the more awful locations the Ultra Hammers could be is in Guahar Lagoon, and that the only way that can happen is if I have to do the membership card check, like, with the card itself. So, you know, maybe I'm letting the the thoughts about this is going to be fun for chat getting into my head, but maybe that's what this is about. I'm wondering now if that's what the lore of this seed is. It could be anything, though. It could be... Oh, that's Ultra Hammers. Okay.
Are you saying it could be a boat?
It could be a boat, but my fears about Guahar Lagoon having my Ultra Hammers are officially gone. So... even more checks have just opened up. So, at this point, I have basically access to almost every area in the game. So... and now it's just a matter of what... what areas do I want to clear out first? It's the whole, do I clear out the check-dense areas, the quick ones? I'm missing a beanstone? What? Which one did I miss? Oh, I didn't even get this guy earlier. It's the other mush badge. How could I? I think I got that one. Oh, that's the one. Yep. Alright. My bad there. Little visual bug there. Oh, come on. Got the syrup. Guess I'll equip that mush badge now. I've got both the, got the best badges in the game now. Okay, so now... I feel like my incentive for doing the membership card check has gotten a lot higher, because it is quicker ocean access than going through all of Woohoo University. That said, Woohoo University has a lot of items, so... right now it's just a matter of just finding those, last items. I need to find my red pearl bean and my last 2 bean star pieces. Power grip. You'd be excited to see that if that was Metroid Zero Mission. It's not too useful here, though. It just makes it so you never drop your hammers on defense. More and more beans.
What do the chuckle beans do again, Alta?
They are for, for brewing coffee.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've already done those checks, but there are a lot of them. And the dig spots are, like, annoyingly precise sometimes, especially those hidden ones. So, the way that you are intended to find those hidden dig spots is using, Mini Mario. So... and then there's an exclamation mark there that, shows that it's there. Come on, I know it's here. There it is. Haven't saved in a while, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, chat. I think the route has lined up. I'm going to do the membership card check. I wouldn't dare bait you twice. It's just not in me. I don't know if chat trusts me anymore. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Any kind of thing. I don't know, chat. Do you trust me? Am I a trustworthy face? I thought that was a Beanstar piece for a second when it said, when it had enough space for it.
I don't know if they trust you, Alta. Just
I don't know if they do. They seem to be really suspicious about it.
Mm-hmm.
See, chat, I'm going there. I'm doing it. I'm walking in the door. There. We're doing the check. We're doing the mini game. Oh, and I got a free point out of nowhere. I'm just that good at the game.
What a gamer.
That's pretty rare for that to happen. Yeah, this is just a little puzzle game. I just gotta get to 10 points. I'm probably going to get this really quick at this point because it started me with some free points, but... Well, that was a pretty good time for me here, or with triple digits left on the clock here.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't need to do anything else here. How are you doing, Sky?
Oh, I'm enjoying these dancing dinos in the chat. Enjoying your company. I never paid attention to what a lot of sprites in this game do, so I've been enjoying that as well.
The animations in this game are really nice. The game's just really charming.
Like, is that skeleton that's, like, dancing there, is that supposed to be, like, a DK skeleton?
It kind of looks like a DK skeleton, doesn't it?
Yeah. How about you, Alter? You having a good time?
Oh, I'm having a great time here. It's always great to be on one of your shows. It's,
yeah, I know. Now we gotta wait for this check. That's the worst part, the waiting.
Yeah, and this is why I orphaned this check for a while, because, you know, you're just waiting for it, but it's still quicker to get ocean access through here than it is to go through all of University. So, I'm not ready to go back through there yet. I've already dove there twice. I might have to go back another time, but we're just looking for 2 Beanstar pieces and a red pearl bean.
Sure, and we're almost at about the 2-hour mark here. We're just under 2 hours. How do you feel so far about this seed? Is it as spicy as the vetter promised?
A little bit. I think so far the spiciest things have been the bosses.
Yeah.
But, whether or not there's, more spiciness to be had remains to be seen. Okay, so... It was a mushroom. It's slightly better than a bean. So, there is that.
Cat enjoyed the music, though. I'm seeing all kinds of good music emotes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, the composer for this game, I'm sure, is a name many people have heard, especially if you've played Kingdom Hearts, but it's Yoko Shimomura. She's done the soundtracks for all the Mario and Luigi games, and SMRPG, the original and the remake. So, it's all very good stuff. Alright, there is my ocean access. We got a little cutscene here.
This is very Final Fantasy-like here, what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Instead of an airship, it's a sand ship.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool.
So, I got a couple options. I'm gonna do the ocean checks first, because those are just, they're high density, and they don't take too much time, so... The other thing I'm starting to be suspicious of, and this has happened in quite a few seeds, actually, is that Joke's End, which is effectively the final dungeon in Randomizer, has some of the items that I'm looking for, because I have everything I need to full clear it for the most part, aside from beating the boss and triggering endgame. So, I'm beginning to suspect things.
I feel bad for Luigi here.
Yeah, Luigi goes through a lot in these games. He is definitely the butt of many jokes in this series. Oh, that's our third Beanstar piece. So it is just one more to go, and the red pearl bean, and that is go mode. If I can get away without clearing University, that would be very fortunate, because that area can... It's not quite an auto-scroller, but at least when I'm just kind of going through the motions, it feels like it. So, if I can avoid that area, that'd be good. Ideally, I find my last Beanstar piece before going to Joke's End. While I do need all 4 pieces to get to the end game, I need to assemble the Beanstar first before going there, so you're kind of incentivized to put off that area until you've done that, but once in a while it will put a Beanstar piece in Joke's End, and then it's just a forced double dip regardless. So... Oh, got caught again. So those starfish enemies, they're called star kisses because they blow kisses at you. But, the hearts that they throw out home in on you, so they can be a little hard to avoid sometimes.
Now, how's this seed going compared to your practice, Alta?
So one of my practice runs yesterday, I basically had to full clear the game. And that ended in a 251, and that also had the Hermit Crab in the same slot as this seed. So I have confidence that I will finish under estimate, but you know, it'll there's still plenty of game to get through. The Neon Egg Enjoyers are probably in shambles right now. The odds are looking pretty low that that's gonna happen. I think the ideal thing for me would be for the Red Pearl Bean to be the last item that I find, because if that's my Go Mode item, I don't have to do anything in Lagoon aside from these 2 checks. So that would be my ideal scenario. Whether or not I'll get that is another story, but you know, this is, you know, your show after all, Sky, and
yeah.
The reputation precedes it sometimes, I think.
I mean, I give people fair warning when I ask them to be on my show. They know what they're getting themselves into.
You mean people would willingly come onto the show and just think that no, certainly I'm not going to be the one that gets caught?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that I'm built different?
Yeah, exactly, and it just never ceases to surprise nor amaze me that that's not really the case. There's always something.
Alright, we're gonna do the other thing that I shouldn't be doing and orphaning more checks.
Oh no.
2 checks in here where you would normally get Firebrand and Thunderhand. Those have cutscenes attached to them, and I ain't about that life right now, so I am once again giving chat something to cling on to here. I need to start thinking about what my next move is, because the easy checks are starting to dry up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on, it's here. There it is. I'm just tagging this warp pipe here for the time being. Oh yeah, somebody in chat mentioned the casual coral. That's, aside from the go first items, that's probably the best armor in the game. So it is a welcome find for Luigi, unless I find the #1 trouser. Oh. There's Neon Egg #4. Maybe I spoke too soon about those.
That's, this is getting good, Alta.
This is getting some spice here. I still need the Red Pearl Bean to do the Neon Eggs check, so the spicy thing that would have to happen is I would have to find the Red Pearl Bean first. And then the Beanstar piece would have to be... That would be a vanilla location for the Beanstar piece, by the way. So... for one of them. Chat still believes.
I like the colors in this game. The colors are really vibrant, especially in this scene.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot this cutscene happens. Now the Game Boy... You know, this was on the Game Boy Advance, and... You know, it definitely has the look of a Game Boy Advance game, and, you know... a lot of the bright colors and everything. It's just... Just, you know, the look and the music, just, you know, there's a lot to like about this game.
This looks really good for a 2003 Game Boy Advance game.
Well, I found my #1 trousers, so that's...
What? Excuse me, what?
You heard me. It's #1 trousers.
I know I heard you, but... You weren't wrong when you said this would test my ability to... Oh my goodness. Please tell me it stops at 1, Alta. Just please tell me the trousers stop at 1. Yeah?
Say what?
Do the trousers stop at 1?
They do.
Thank goodness.
It is a go first item, though, so...
Okay, alright.
Oh, I am happy to see it. Alright. I'm running out of areas to do, and jokes end, you know, deciding to go here is kind of like a pivotal point, because it's a long dungeon, and having to... I should save. It's a long dungeon, and, it's also very check dense, so there's usually pretty good odds something is here, but if you put things off and go mode this dungeon, then you just save so much time. But I think I see the writing on the wall that something's gonna be here. So now the Scandal Genes, that's a good thing to bring up. It's only better if you have another go first item to pair with it. Scandal Genes makes Luigi go after Mario every time, no matter what. So the Scandal Genes on its own aren't as good, but combined with another go first item, it's great. But, yeah, whenever people talk about the soundtrack of this game, they say, oh, the soundtrack is great, except for this one. I personally think it does what it's doing, what it's looking to do. The remake improved it significantly, I think. But yeah, it can be mildly grating after a while, but we won't... I'm gonna blitz through a lot of this, so...
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this not being like a speedrun per se earlier, but Alta does go fast through this. So again, it is a speedrun through a random version of this game, and I'm here for it.
I tend to use the term speedrun adjacent for randos, because, like, you can definitely,
You can go fast.
Yeah, you can go fast, for sure, and, like... There have been some cases where Rando has found new tech that the speedruns use. Mm-hmm. And it also just, depending on the game, but it gives some tech that's useless in the regular speedrun a home, which I find very cool. Yeah, Joke's End is, like, another place that has a lot of dig spots. And it's, if you're looking to full clear all the dig spots, these are some of the tougher ones to find. Oh, the item I just picked up back there... Oh god, that's Neon Egg number 5. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, Alta, no. Bad.
If you're on the side of content, you want neon eggs.
I don't know about that. It doesn't sound excellent to me.
I don't know, I think it's pretty exciting. Whoops. I think I'm just gonna kill these enemies, because they are gonna be annoying and get in the way.
Question from the chat, what is the Game Boy horror item?
The Game Boy horror item... It makes enemies always drop rare items. So... Oh my god. Alright, fine, I'm just running away from this.
Another question, what do the neon eggs do?
The neon eggs always... the neon eggs... So... If you collect all 7 of them, it unlocks 1 check. So... If you are a fan of cursed checks, that's the check for you. Oh god, the mechanical bloopers. Those are...
I am getting some King Calamari vibes from that blooper. From SMRPG.
Mm-hmm. Ah, god, those ice sniffets just know how to snipe. Thankfully, it does not interrupt my spin jump, even though it looked like it did in the previous room. Doing that. Oh, there's my last Beanstar piece.
Hey, all right. And that was at about just under 215 that you found that Alta.
Yep.
That's pretty good. We like that.
Alright, so I am going to bail here real quick and assemble the Beanstar. So, unfortunately what this means for the Neon Egg lovers in the chat, that that check is dead because it requires the red pearl bean to access, and it is that's our go mode item, so the Neon Eggs are dead. It also means Guarhar Lagoon is dead, so there is from a time perspective, that was a very good find. It's also just classic that one of them ended up in Joke's End, because I gotta go through this to assemble the Beanstar.
Also, too, follow Alta if you enjoy apparently DK64 Randomizer, because Alta's been talking about that, too.
I mean, I also play other randomizers. I'm a fan of Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past, also.
Classics.
The classics.
I've had I knew nothing about this game going in, Alta, and you made this game, like, really neat. Like, there's some funny things dealing with the names and stuff, but you really brought, like, the narrative of this randomizer to life, so I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, no problem. It's also just a very cool, casual playthrough, so, you know, that's, I would recommend it. Yeah. It can be a little rough around the edges in a couple spots, but overall, like, there's a reason why people look back at this game so fondly.
Okay, a question from the chat. What is your favorite rando?
I'm not gonna pick between my children here. That's too mean. And plus, I know if I pick one, and it's not what some people want to hear, then they're gonna be upset with me. Yeah,
there's like been about, I don't know, 3-4 people from the DK64 randomizer community, so Alta's been eyeballing the chat and knows.
So, as far as where this red pearl bean can be, there's really just 2 locations left. Or 2 major locations. It's either, well, there it is. Alright, I'm in go mode. Alright! Very cool. Hey, yeah, both 2 items I needed were here. That's just classic. So, what I was going to say was either going to be here or it's going to be in Woohoo University. So that's 2 areas I didn't have to clear. So now I can just go mode the rest of this dungeon.
I don't know why, but when I'm seeing Mario and Luigi split up like this, all I can think of is the Goose Game, where you have to split up between the 2 yards.
This is the dungeon that like puts all of your overworld abilities to the test and splitting up the brothers and all that. Like, if it weren't for the music, I think people would like this area a lot more because it's kind of a fun dungeon puzzle-wise.
Mm.
I need to hit 30 blocks. This can get a little hairy sometimes, but I haven't failed that in a while, so...
I'm glad you said that after the fact.
So, there is a minigame that's disabled in the randomizer, or at least you can turn it on if you want, but it's the minecart minigame in Hoo-Hoo Mountain. Mm-hmm. It's just an auto-scroller. It doesn't add... It adds 1 check, but it's not, like, interesting or anything. That's a really easy minigame, but if you fail, you have to do it again. And that's, to this day, I'm not aware of anyone who has done speedruns of this game and has failed that minigame. And whenever I would go by it, I was like, is today gonna be the day where I embarrass myself on that minigame?
I know.
It is, thankfully not happened, and as far as I'm aware, it has never happened for anybody. But there's always that thought in the back of your head, what if today was the day?
Chat says today is not the day.
It is not the day today.
I want to thank everyone in chat, too, for your questions, for your comments. It's been a lot of fun going through this with you. So, chat, thank you for helping me make some awesome content here as well. And again, please do follow AltaBiscuit if you are watching on YouTube and you can't see Twitch chat, which is understandable. That is at twitch.tv/AltaBiscuit. That's ALTABISCUIT, all one word.
Thanks for the shoutouts, of course. I do still speedrun once in a while, but Rando has kind of been more my wheelhouse as of late.
It's our retirement home, Alta.
It is a retirement home along with retro achievements.
I feel so called out. Me and Alta are some of the older members of the speedrunning community, so don't mind us.
Well, I haven't been actively speedrunning since the days of SDA. I have kept up with speedrunning since those days. You know, back when they had to send VHSs of their speedruns.
Well, I've heard
and
all
or
about
DVDs.
That. Yep.
So.
Yep, I've heard about the VHS Final Fantasy submissions in particular back in the day.
It was always a treat when a new run showed up on SDA.
Yeah,
you know,
oh, sorry, bud.
You know, it was kind of like Christmas there when it happened. So while SDA is not as active as it used to be, you know, it still holds a place is near to my heart because it's what introduced me to speedrunning initially.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if y'all want to see some really old stuff, Alta and I were actually both a part of SGDQ 15. You played this, the non-randomized version, Alta. We were talking about that in the pre-show. And I ran Oregon Trail on the actual Apple II that I had to be very delicate with during that run.
Oh yeah, those things are very temperamental.
Yeah, they are. I'm flipping the disc over saying, please don't delete any data I've done. But yeah, that was a good one. So me and Alta both happened to play at that same GDQ. Was that your first GDQ run, Alta, or did you run before that?
That was my first one. I ran any percent for this game.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that was both our first runs at a GDQ. At the same GDQ, so that's pretty neat.
I just missed the fire dash here, so I gotta do that again. The timing on this is actually a little tight, but... So yeah, now's a good time to mention, well, I'll go over it after this fight, actually. We'll see who's in the JoJora slot.
Oh!
This is where they normally are. But it might just be them again. Oh look, it's just them again.
Oh hey, isn't that a coincidence?
Friend number 3. We found 3 of them this seed. Alright, now it is time to fully, unlock the power of the Mush Badge.
But yeah, that was during SGDQ 15. If anyone wants to look that up, that should be on the GDQ channel on YouTube. Watch Alta's runs and mine old runs. We had a great time.
I just missed. This might be a counterattack kill.
Yep. Alta and I are both speedrunning boomers. Yo, look at that kill! Look at that Alta. Look at this gamer. I'm sorry, that image of Mario right there is just gonna be in my mind.
Huh, so this is kind of funny, my level here. I'm going in at the same level to the final boss as the speedrun.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, because I remember you told me it should be around 20, but I just saw 11 there.
Yeah.
Someone said someone mail you the VHS of the run. No, we're not that old. We're old. We're not that old, okay?
I mean, I am. But...
Okay, I had the VHS wall with all the Disney movies too growing up, okay? But that doesn't mean I have speedruns recorded on VHS, alright? Has Alta done Mercy Kill yet? I think you have.
I have. It was this game, actually. So.
Okay. Yeah, the non-randomized version, I assume.
Nah.
Yeah.
But, you know, that reminds me, there's a certain other game that, I was thinking of offering, is, you did ask about it a while ago. I just need to figure out how to set it up. So, you know, with, if anybody's familiar with the Trauma Center series, that was another one I ran for a while.
You know, we've had several people on Mercy Kill for Trauma Center, and I don't know if anyone's cleared it yet, Rusty.
Really?
I'd have to go back and watch. I want to say Irish Joker was close. We had Irish Joker, and I want to say Slurpee Ninja was also on for Trauma Center. That run is ridiculous. Like, just to be so rusty at Trauma Center. Whew. And actually, one of the times I saw, now I don't know if you were there, I remember seeing Slurpee and Iris at a GDQ one time. They were playing Trauma Center in the practice room using the Wii bowling ball.
I'm responsible for that nonsense.
Okay,
happening.
You were responsible for that, because I remember turning the corner at the practice room. I forget which event it was. There's been so many. And I remember seeing y'all with the bowling ball. That's right. That was the same GDQ where Iris had his Trauma Center run, but he didn't play with the bowling ball.
No, unfortunately, no.
We had some good memories from that one. So that was the one where me, Alta, Slurpee Ninja, Irish Joker, etc. We were all in scrubs when we were doing comms for that run. Mm-hmm. That was a lot of fun.
It also a little something that I'm a little bit of a collector of is very strange controllers, and that was one of the ones I brought to that GDQ. You know, when people think of strange controllers, they probably think of, like, the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller and stuff like that.
The drums for Super Mario 64 that
the
we
drums,
saw this past.
Yeah.
Yep,
those are all pretty frequent standbys of, you know, cursed controllers, but the N64 is home to some spice, that's for sure. It has... The N64 has its equivalent of the NES Power Glove, which is a real thing. I found some of my old gaming magazines from back in the day, and it had an ad for that glove, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
They are... they're putting lipstick on a pig with that one.
Oh no.
But, you know, probably the strangest controller I own is a flight stick for the N64. So my friend Kinnan is from the Netherlands.
Oh yeah, I know Kinnan.
And I found this flight stick from the Netherlands auction site. I could not find it anywhere else. The only other location I could find this was on a Russian auction site.
Oh,
so,
no.
This thing. So and Kinnan happened to be going to that SGDQ, so I'm like, hey, can you help out a friend here? So. And that controller is cursed for a number of reasons. The main thing is that it doesn't turn on, or it doesn't work when you boot up the N64. You have to plug it in afterwards, so I'm kind of afraid it might short my N64 one day.
It's funny you mentioned this, because Ghost Kubo's in chat. Also, hey, says, Alta once had us do N64 games on strange controllers. Mario Kart and Mario Golf were legendary, especially with Club Rando.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It was definitely instigating some things.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Birdo. Great,
This is
great.
the fight we're looking for.
This is great. Oh, that one was just good. I'm sorry, Alta.
No, you're good. I have Chopper Brothers and Mush Badge now, so I'm like pretty set on damage here. But yeah, if you're interested in trying out this randomizer, you know, join the Mario and Luigi Randomizer Discord. There's resources to get started there. There are trackers and just other people there that are willing to give helpful advice and stuff. And if you are interested in Archipelago Multi-World with this game, the resources are also there to get started with that as well. This game's not officially released on Archipelago yet, but the beta is pretty feature complete in my opinion. So, you know, like it's a pretty good experience. You won't have a bad time with this.
Oh!
Yeah, you
Birdo
can
just leveled them.
Yeah, you can randomize the music too. It can get and even the palettes. And so even the color palettes and everything and the backgrounds. It could create some pretty cursed things, but just for the sake of visual clarity, and it's also my preference, I don't do the palette randomizer because it can visually be a little difficult to look at sometimes, but... Alright. I'm gonna stop by the shop here.
Oh, why
Do
not?
a sell. Keeping the scandal genes. Let's see, there's super mushrooms here. It doesn't look like it. Every mushroom you have increases the damage you do on the mush badge. It's about every 6. Every 6 mushrooms increases your damage by 1, and that damage does not factor in defense. So that's what makes multi-hit attacks with it so powerful. And super mushrooms and ultra mushrooms also add to that total as well. Ultra mushrooms, I believe, is every 4. And super mushrooms and regular mushrooms do the same. Golden mushrooms and 1-up mushrooms do not add to it, though. But... So let's see, how are we doing on time here? I'm debating whether or not I want to play Cackletta a little risky here. 234. All right.
Yeah.
I think I got enough time to do a risky fight and not heal. So.
Did you save?
There will be a save block right before Cackletta, so...
Okay. I wanted to double check.
I have died to that boss enough times to know you always do it. Speaking of that boss, the rando lets us go straight to it, so we don't have to go through all of Bowser's Castle. It's basically the same every time, except under very niche circumstances. So the randomizer thankfully skips all of Bowser's Castle.
Oh, it's the kids!
But, I would highly recommend watching the AGDQ run of this game, the 80% run of this game from this last AGDQ. The final fight with Cackletta in that run is very tough, and you could hear a pin drop in that room with how tense it was.
Is this boss always the same, Alta?
Yes. Final boss is always the same.
Also, great.
All right, that's the easy part. But oh hey, Luigi didn't die. He's fine.
It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I was on the couch for the AGDQ run too, so. Whoops. That was far less damage than I was looking for there. So this boss is pretty notorious. It's a lot of, attacks you gotta dodge. Where are my red peppers? I know I picked some up. Did I sell it by accident? Well.
I think you may have.
Oh well. Who needs it? I'm trying to manipulate the attacks here. Ooh, I got the one frame thing there.
Oh, it's awesome.
How much is left? This is not... Oh, I guess the Scandal genes might have messed with that. Oh, well. It's fine. Time to do what the old Japanese 90% run did and just try to one-shot her. At least Luigi's going first. That's actually kind of preferable here. Alright, what are we at damage-wise? That's... I'm trying to manipulate her HP here. The attacks that she does depends on how much HP she has remaining. And I just really don't want to leave her with under 300 HP, because that's when the Rainbow Orbs attack comes out, and that's very, very hard to dodge. She should be... yeah, she's basically dead. Alright, first try. No healing.
Wow! Do let us know when time comes up.
It'll be soon, I just gotta get to Peasley's last text box.
That's a tough fight, Alta.
It sure is. I think this is the first time I've beaten this boss in one try on
Really?
On the GDQ channel. So, like, it took me 2 tries on my GDQ run. I think it took me 2 tries on my Mercy Kill run. So, I finally slayed the beast myself.
Very nice.
Alright, time will be very soon. Just got a couple more text boxes. Alright, when Peasley is done talking here, that's when it is, and it's gonna be time right now. Nice.
Just over 241. Wow.
You know, I'll take it considering how much of a struggle the early game bosses were. Like that, this was a much harder one boss-wise, just based on the bosses that ended up being where they were, and the equipment I had to deal with it. So that was I would equate that to a swordless run of Link to the Past for, like, the first hour, because that can happen sometimes.
So, Alta, I have a question for you. Do you have any shoutouts that you would like to give?
I'd like to give a shout-outs to the developer of the Randomizer, James. He's been, for the most part... There's been other contributors, but he's been, like, the guy for the Randomizer since the very beginning, and this would not be possible without him, so... Oh, I'm glad that it exists, and thank you for your contributions there. I'd also just like to shout out the Mario and Luigi speedrunning community in general. Tonkatsu made the trip all the way from Japan to run Donkey Kong Country and Superstar Saga this year's GDQ, which and put on a great show on both runs. They're both definitely worth a watch. Mr. Shasta and Romilio, who were also on the couch with me during that run, as well. There's a handful of other, all the other runners in the community, not just in Superstar Saga, but all the other games too. And lastly, I'll shout out Mug and Potato for the taskers for this game. Without their work, a lot of the Mug especially, without their work, the glitched any percent run wouldn't be a thing. So, it's I think that's who I got to shout out here. So, and also you, Sky, for having me on the show. Thank you for that, and Richard for facilitating this behind the scenes.
Heck yeah, anytime. Let's hear one more time for Altabisca and Richard. We always got to give Richard all the love here as well. Alright folks, I do want to remind you this is not the end of our GDQ Hotfix broadcast tonight, so a few announcements here on behalf of Games Done Quick. Remember that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns daily, consider subscribing to the channel. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, hello, thank you for joining us. Be sure to press the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Also, go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick to watch our shows live. And of course, chat, I want to thank all y'all for being here. It was wonderful interacting with you, and we hope you continue to enjoy our wonderful GDQ Hotfix content. So, again, this is not the end of our broadcast, but for Random Number Generation, I'm Skybilz. We have Altabisca here. Thank you so much again for being here. And be sure to stay tuned for Time Capsule coming up after the break. Take it away.